All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwapadash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to the truth with our sincerity. I already made a blessing list be upon houses. All right, the title and topic of this lesson is going to be, all right, this world has nothing to offer. All right, this world has nothing to offer. All right, this place is finished, man. All right, when you see the majority of people, right, in Babylon, all right, and also in various other, countries throughout, the four corners of the world, right. Their main focus in this place is, get a bag. That'd be the main thing on these people's mind, right? Chase the money. That's the things that these people in this place are so concerned about, right? Fame, trying to get a piece of the pie from these devils, man. Trying to build in this place, man. All right. When in reality, this place has nothing to offer, man. All right. This place is waxing worse and worse. It's nothing but an illusion, right? It's circling the drain. It's filled with nothing but demonic people, demonic energy. All right. This is not the end all be all. But yet Jake will go out their way just to build in this place, man. Just to get a piece of the pie of these devils in this place, man. All right. You got Jake literally out here killing themselves, man. All right. To try to, build in this place. All right. Let me start with this real quick. In Mark the 8th chapter, verse 36, it reads, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" All right. What benefit does it bring you, man? Right. What benefit do you get from selling out in this place, man? From getting all the riches in the world in this place, man. But at the end of the day, you still don't get beamed up. At the end of the day, you still don't receive salvation. To what cost is that? Right? Was that really worth it, Jake? Right? You got these celebrities, right, or these influencers, these athletes, so forth, right, or these other, regular, your average individual that would, sell their souls, right, and do all types of various things in order to, make something, quote unquote, make something of themselves in this place, man. Right? And when you go into that word sellout, right? It goes into basically giving up your morals, right? Not having any morals, right? There was a streamer by the name of Aiden Ross, and he was on there with an individual called Charleston White. And Charleston White was like, what I got to do to get rich, and ultimately his response, the Aiden Ross guy, his response to him was, he said, "Let me sodomize you, man." Right? These are the type of things that, these people are out here doing, in order to, gain riches on this side. Right? Again, going back to the title of this lesson, right? This world has nothing to offer, man. Right? The greatest thing that you can, quote unquote, receive, right? The quote unquote greatest thing that you can receive on this side is nothing compared to the things the Lord has in store for us in the kingdom, man. Right? You're going to be in the kingdom, right? And looking at mansions in this place, man, it's going to be like, man, this is nothing, man. All right? That's why we are looking forward to the kingdom, man. Right? I'll grab another one. Right, this is 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, verse 19. Right, because it's another point I want to hit also. It reads, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High." Right, you have people that think, due to them having, a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, a doctorate degree, right, PhDs, right, the quote unquote knowledge of this world, right, the wisdom of this world, right, and so forth, right, they truly believe themselves to be on a level. They think that they, have, quote unquote, succeeded in this place, man. Right? And I forgot who it was that said it. I don't know if it was Theodore Roosevelt or I believe it was Theodore Roosevelt, right? He said that a proper understanding of the Bible is more valuable than any college degree, right? You got brothers that haven't even finished high school or even went to college, and so forth, and they are well versed and well spoken in the scriptures, man. That if you had a conversation with these individuals, you would never know. But yet people are so focused on the things of this world, right? The things that Esau Edom has indoctrinated in your mind since a young age, man. Since your adolescence in your school, they ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be an astronaut. Oh, I want to be the president. Oh, I want to be rich. I want to be a businessman. They start indoctrinating you from a young age, man. To the point that the minute you get into the school systems, right, you go from, what is it, like pre-K, right? The daycares to pre-K to kindergarten. You go through the whole elementary school, middle school. You go to high school, then college, and so forth. And that's kind of like the conveyor belt that they have pushed into your mind. And if you get off of that conveyor belt, right, then you're looked at as a failure, right? But however, right, that is the main thing that this place pushes. It pushes either go through the conveyor belt, get the educations, get the bag, get the white picket fence house, you winning, man. Right. This is the quote unquote American dream, right? This is what you want. You want to get a bag and make it in this place, man. For what? This place has nothing to offer. And majority of people that have to do things in order to receive these quote unquote wicked riches in this place, right, have to sell out. A lot of them have to do all types of rituals. They be part of these different Masonic lounges, right, and so forth, man. All for what? And whole time they're doing all these things, they don't even know Yahweh Shema Shai. They're not even serving the Lord, right? They're doing all these things and still being wicked, man. They committing adultery out here, right? They're eating all types of abominable foods, right? They're committing idolatry, right? However, they think that they are the ones that's winning. Nah, to the contrary, they're not. All right. The true ones that are, winning, all right, is the ones who are truly serving Yahweh Shema Shai. Because we understand the end goal, right? We see past this place. We see this place for what it truly is. We see that this place is not the end all be all, that this place truly has nothing to offer. That this place is, circling the drain, man. Right? The money system is collapsing. Right? The whole economy as a whole is collapsing before your eyes, man. Right? So we see it for what it really is. Like that movie, They Live, right? Right? When he put those glasses on, he seen the world for what it truly was. And when he took it off, he was seeing it from the same point of view as the rest of the people that were asleep. Right? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we truly see the world for what it really is and understand that this place has nothing to genuinely offer us, man. This place will truly lead you to your demise, your destruction. All this place does is designed to pull you away from Yahweh Shema Shai. The minute that you start serving the Lord, right, the minute you start going in that direction of serving Yahweh Shema Shai, you start getting looked at as a demon, right? As a quote unquote failure to your family. All right, as a bad guy, right? They look at you like you're bugged out, but the whole time you're not, right? They hate us because we go against the grain of the quote unquote norms and what's promoted and pushed in this place, man. And all these things ultimately will not benefit you in any way spiritually, man. It actually destroys you, man. Right? I mean, another one. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 13th chapter, verse 23. It reads, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. Right? Hey, and that's exactly what they do in this place. Let your LeBron James start a podcast, man. Let your Floyd Money Mayweather, right, make a podcast. or do a what they call that, those things, conference, right? Those conventions, right? You know, where they're teaching you, whatever, worldly thing it can be, man. That event would be packed up to the walls, man. It'd be packed in there like sardines, man. It would be mad quiet, notepad in hand, taking notes, you know. All right, that's the spirit of these people would be, man. If one of these, celebrities, athletes, influencers, whatever you want to call them, start speaking about something, man. You've seen that with the C19, man, right? With that jab. Who were the main people that they were using to promote these things, these different celebrities, man? And people was gravitating to that, man. Right? Let me read this again too, right? It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, right? They hear what these sellouts have to say, man. They how that saying go, man? They pretty much use or take their words and save it as if it's gold, man. They make that like the standard, man. Right? Continuing on, it says, but if the poor man speaketh, they say, what fellow is this? Right? And that's how they look at us, man. Right? When we out here prophesying, telling our people like, hey, this world has nothing to offer you, man. This place is gonna lead you to your destruction, man. You need to come back and serve you. How about Shemal Shai? Right? What do they say to us, right? Like it says, what fellow was this, right? But in other terms, it's saying, who man's is this, man? What are you saying? I don't want to hear this, man. And we witness this every single weekend on the highways and hedges, man. Every week. Because you have people that walk by, that scoff, that mock, that don't even bat an eye, man. You even got individuals that walk by and literally stick their fingers in their ears and walk past. Right? Every now and then you may have someone stop. But for the majority of people, they don't want to hear it, man. Because they don't truly see the value or the benefit from what's being said, man. Right? They don't want to get off of that conveyor belt that this world has put them on. Right? They truly believe that they can build in this place. They think this place is their rest. This place is the end all be all. But it's not. Right? That's why we are hastening the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. That's why when we see the chariot sightings, we rejoice, because that is our salvation, man. Right? We see that our salvation is near. Right? Get another one. Close out with this one right here. This is Micah, the 2nd chapter, verse 10. It reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Again, this place is not the kingdom. This place is highly defiled, highly polluted. Shit, the fucking wicked are in authority right now, man. Look at the state of the world. Look at this. Look at the state of the creation, man. They spraying chemtrails in the sky, putting all types of fluoride and GMOs and microplastics and micrometals and all types of chemicals in your food, man. Preservatives and all this GMO and MSG bullshit, man. Talks of them putting human meat in your food, man. All right. But yet people think this world has something to offer them, man. It doesn't. Right? Continue on. It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with destruction, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, by you constantly being hand in hand with this place, trying to build in this place, thinking that this world has something to offer you, right? This highly demonic and wicked world has something to offer you. You ultimately are leading yourself or going down a path of destruction, man. All right. And if you don't want to go down that path, what do? Forsake this world. Come back and serve Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. Repent. Do what is required of you to be done, man. To be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right. But hey, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Again, right? This world has nothing to offer you, man. That's why we are looking forward to the kingdom. We're looking forward to a righteous rulership. We're looking forward to salvation and the return of Yahushua HaMashiach to put the earth back into its proper and righteous course, man. All right. What But I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakwakadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of Well. Peace, blessing, salutations to those elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to his truth. Until next time, shalom, and a ball, Kwame Asharallah, shalom.